This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for August 14th, 2025. Chrissy Hynde from The Pretenders has announced a duets album, unveiling Always on My Mind with Rufus Wainwright. The star-studded album offers features from Debbie Harry, the late Mark Lanigan, Cat Power, and more. The album, called Duet Special, arrives on October 17th. Lucinda Williams, Dave Gahan, Carlene Anderson, Brandon Flowers, Julian Lennon, Alan Sparhawk, Shirley Manson, and Dan Auerbach are also featured on the upcoming release. Zoltan Bathory from Five Finger Death Punch has put his Las Vegas castle-inspired mansion on the market for $28 million. According to the Las Vegas Review-Journal, the guitarist and band founder put his castle-inspired mansion on the market after buying the three-story, 12,720 square foot home, which is located 8 miles west of the Las Vegas Strip, in 2019 for $3.25 million. He's been remodeling it for the last 6 years, saying, quote, "There is nothing in the home that wasn't touched other than the exterior walls and the things that are in the home." The home, originally built in 1990 by Utah billionaires the Miller family, is a flawless replica of an old world fortress. Zoltan said, "I'm an artist, and through this process, I discovered that as amazing as it is to own something like this, the real thrill for me is creating it. Designing and building something monumental, something that will outlast me, is where the magic is. Michael Murphy and I have had an incredible time bringing this place to life, and now we're already eyeing castles and fortresses in Europe to transform into livable works of art." The original members of KISS, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, and Peter Criss, have commented on being selected to receive the Kennedy Center honors. Gene Simmons saying, "KISS is the embodiment of the American dream. We are deeply honored to receive the Kennedy Center honor." Paul Stanley said, "From our earliest days, KISS has embodied the American ideal that all things are possible and that hard work pays off. The prestige of the Kennedy Center honors cannot be overstated, and I accept this on behalf of the long legacy of KISS and all of the band members who have helped to create our iconic band." Ace Frehley called the Kennedy Center honors a dream come true that I never thought would materialize. Peter Criss saying, "I feel so blessed. This is the greatest honor of our career." Gloria Gaynor, Michael Crawford, George Strait, and Sylvester Stallone are also on tap to be awarded December 7th. The award ceremony will be broadcast on CBS and streamed on Paramount+. Robert Plant said he turned down an invitation to be part of the Back to the Beginning farewell concert for Ozzy and Black Sabbath last month, revealing that Sabbath guitarist Tony Iommi invited him to attend, saying, quote, "I said, Tony, I'd love to come, but I can't come. I just can't. I'm not saying that I'd rather hang out with Peter Gabriel or Youssou N'Dour, but I just don't know anything about what's going on in the world right now at all." He also said, "I don't decry it. I've got nothing against it. I just found out that these are other places that are so rich." Robert Plant had his new solo album, Saving Grace, coming out on September 26th. He also released the first single from the album, a cover of Minnesota indie rock band Low's Everybody's Song. And Tom Morello said it was a massive undertaking curating the musical performances for Back to the Beginning, essentially a day-long fest featuring the greatest in heavy metal acts on the planet. He said, "Well, I suppose the biggest challenge was just doing it justice. Heavy metal is the music that made me love music, and Black Sabbath invented heavy metal. So when I was tapped by Ozzy and Sharon to be the musical director, I took it really, really seriously and used all the love of the genre and curatorial abilities to try and make it something that it was. The goal was very, very simply, from the beginning, to make it the greatest and most important day in the history of heavy metal, and all reports are that we did pretty well." 21 Pilots are putting on a global album listening party where fans can hear the new album Breach early. The album offers an extension to the narrative lore that began with the duo's fourth album, Blurry Face, in 2015 and continued with Trench in 2018 and Clancy in 2024. Preceded by the lead single, The Contract, which arrived in June, the album will drop on September 12th by Fueled by Ramen. The listening events will take place in independent record stores across the world from September 6th, where fans can also participate in exclusive giveaways. In a new interview with Metal Hammer, Iron Maiden vocalist Bruce Dickinson has talked about plans for more solo material following the release of his latest solo album, The Mandrake Project. He said, we've got like 18 tracks demoed, which I did back in April. We're going to do a new album, not for the next year, obviously. We're going to be busy next year with other things, obviously Maiden things and everything, which is great. But 27 is when it's going to come out. And Oasis have finally returned to the stage earlier this summer for their first show together since their breakup over a decade ago. Following the first leg of the tour, tech accessories brand Casetify has dropped its new Oasis collection to commemorate the group's historic concerts just in time for fans to celebrate the band's reunion shows. Oasis fans can share their love of the band and snag everything from iPhone covers to phone chargers to laptop sleeves, along with earbud cases and everything from keychains that feature the band's signature logo. Alter Bridge have announced they'll headline their inaugural Blackbird Festival at Cardiff Castle in Cardiff, UK on June 27th of 2026. The new festival is also set to feature Skindred, Florence Black, and Cardinal Black. The general on sale is August 22nd at 9:30 a.m. Alter Bridge is getting ready to release their self-titled 8th studio album January 9th via Napalm Records. The trailer for the new two-part docu-series, a.k.a. Charlie, has been released. The two-part doc is set to premiere on Netflix on September 10th, chronicling the life and times of Charlie Sheen. And Radiohead have revisited their archive recordings from their time working on Hail to the Thief, announcing yesterday that the rock icons have announced a new live album called Hail to the Thief Live Recordings 2003 to 2009. Available now digitally and available for pre-order as a one-off pressing that's set for release on Halloween. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 271 featuring Matt Bigland from Dinosaur Pileup is available now.